How's it going? Welcome back to another great video with your boy, The Savior. Today, I just want to take a quick look at the new Telltale Series game, The Expanse. And I just wanted to give you the Expanse Telltale Series review, my game review for this exciting title. Oh, I just love it when, hard work just gets completely lost to the wind, just flushed down the drain, because once again, the Epic Store, the Epic Failure Store, has buried another good game. Because the Epic Store, no one wants to buy games exclusive to a store, okay? It just sucks. And being exclusive to a particular store is just destroying it even further. It's bad enough that we have the console wars. It's bad enough that some people are still very tribal about what console they play on. I play on Xbox, I play on PlayStation. It doesn't matter, okay? What matters is good quality games. Not many people are willing to pay for, a bunch of random stores like the Epic Store just to get a few games now and then every couple of, months. It's just so stupid. But I just want to talk about this game because I feel like it's not going to get any attention whatsoever. It's just going to pass people by, and as a fan of Telltale and their history, they went completely bust, but now they're kind of back together again, and they're doing The Expanse. Now, I've never seen this show, but I've heard from friends and family that it's a good show, so I might check it out at some point. But you do not need to watch the show to play this game, because this is a prequel to The Expanse. Now, it's nice to have a new sci-fi story-driven game, and especially when it's done by Telltale. There have been other companies that try to replicate their style, but none of them are successful. But sadly, I think this type of gaming genre is dying. I personally can't stand that most AAA game releases now are trying to be cinematic storytelling, almost like movies or TV shows, and then the gameplay is just left, as an afterthought. And I think that's kind of what's destroying the industry at the moment as well. It's not focused enough on gameplay. It's all very hand-holdy, it's all very basic, very simplistic. It doesn't let the player think for themselves. It's just become a mess at the moment with cluttered UI, the open world design, microtransactions, and false gameplay. And I just feel like games are just trying to replicate movies nowadays, and I'm pretty tired of it. But when you have a dedicated story game that's only purpose is about the story and choices, different choices, that's why Telltale stood out. But now they're just kind of being forgotten, which is a shame because I think their games were amazing, and especially The Walking Dead, okay? The Walking Dead was a masterpiece. Season 1 and 2 were an absolute masterpiece. I've never been so emotionally connected to characters before, and this was down to the writing. This was down to the characters and the storytelling, the pacing. The gameplay was shit, okay? The gameplay was absolute dog. What made Telltale so good was the storytelling, and I think that's why they were just masters at what they did. The characters and everything, they were just so well done, and we just haven't had anything like that. The only other Telltale game that really stood out to me was The Wolf Among Us, because that game, the lore, the universe was just so interesting and so well done, and it was far more gritty and dark, which I absolutely loved. Of course, The Walking Dead was very dark as well. But the thing is, gaming has evolved since then. The gameplay in Telltale was always very clunky. It was basically a point-and-click adventure, and the gameplay was just, there, but it wasn't the main focus. But as games have become more cinematic, as big AAA releases like God of War that now blend the cinematic storytelling with the gameplay, even though the gameplay isn't as in-depth as I would say the older games, or something like Dark Souls, I feel like, or The Last of Us, for example, these games are now blending gameplay and story, and it usually means the gameplay suffers, but the stories can be absolutely amazing. So Telltale is kind of at a weird point because they went bust, and now they're back together again, but they can't make interesting gameplay still. They can only make good stories, and this is one of them. But I do feel that Telltale now will be left behind, not only because of the changes in the gameplay industry, which is sad, but that's just how it goes, but also because of this exclusive deal, because obviously they paid them a lot of money, but it's so stupid because you won't actually have an audience, no one will care about this game. This video probably won't even get many views because no one cares about The Expanse the Telltale Series review. Okay, no one is searching about the Expanse the Telltale Series game review because literally no one cares. Even the fans of the TV show don't know this exists because they don't know how to market their game. I just wanted to give you that little game rant about the industry because I think it's very important to understand the state of Telltale and the state of Telltale The Expanse, the game, because I do think this is a good game, and that's why I wanted to highlight it so it doesn't get completely forgotten. There's even some zero gravity moments, some combat moments, a lot of puzzles in between the conversations and the decision making. The decisions here are interesting, they're bleak, you know, it's the standard stuff where you can choose who lives and who dies, what is the most important, certain resources or the characters that you form relationships with. All of this stuff makes the Expanse for Telltale Series an interesting game, and I just don't think it's going to get talked about, so I just wanted to highlight it. I think this is a decent game and it's worth taking a look at, but its only problem is it's, you know, only with the Epic Store, so not many people will get their hands on this, but I just thought it was worth just doing a quick review. The decisions that you do make do matter, and the characters that you form a relationship will change, but they haven't updated the formula at all, which I feel like this just makes it feel dated, which is a shame. But the graphics is updated, like I said, the gameplay movement is updated, and the in-between moments where you do some puzzles and combat or zero-G stuff is more fun, but the base storyline stuff and how you make decisions with these characters doesn't seem like that's evolved. They could have updated the AI, they could have made more branching paths, stuff like that, where you can have, you know, more detailed conversations with, I don't know, a morality point system, something just to change it up, but there's nothing like that. So it does make it feel slightly dated. But yeah, I do think the story is interesting. It's a nice prequel to the universe. I've only actually seen the first episode. But yeah, there you go. That is the Expanse the Telltale Series game review. And this video was a brief one, but I just thought it was worth covering because otherwise no one will talk about it, I'm pretty sure. But I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing. It takes 2 seconds for you guys, but it means absolutely everything to me, and that's how I can keep doing this. I expect a lot more greater content. This was just a quick video. I usually make way more in-depth reviews or video essays or philosophical videos, so if you like that type of thing, looking back at older games and covering new games, you've come to the right place. Make sure you do subscribe, and I do hope The Expanse Telltale Series review was helpful and that you give it a chance, but obviously maybe wait until it gets released on a different marketplace, because I don't think anyone is subscribed to Epic, not that I know of. And do me a favor and check out my music on Spotify. My new album is coming out very soon. Purple Nova is about to go platinum, baby. Oh yes, very exciting. But I've worked so hard on my new album, so go and listen to my music and get ready for that one. I would appreciate it a lot. If you do like cyberpunk synth music, you won't be disappointed. It's not like any other genre. I do my own thing with it. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Jalabi.